Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jocelyn, and for today's topic, I'm going to discuss the reasons for your US tourist visa denials. But before we get started, please like this video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. I always welcome new subscribers. If you are a first-time applicant for a US tourist visa, such as a B1 or a B2 visa, then this video is for you. Also, if you have been denied several times and you don't know the reasons for the denial of your US tourist visa, then this video may be helpful in explaining why you were denied a visa. Certain citizens of countries are not required a visa under the visa waiver program. However, most countries in the world will require a visa to travel in the US. But this video is going to focus on the visa denial for US tourist visa or B1, B2 visa. If a country is not included under the visa waiver program, a visa will allow you to enter the US and travel to a US port of entry and request permission to enter the United States. A visa does not guarantee entry into the United States. Let's talk about business or B1 visa. This will allow you to attend a scientific, educational, professional, or business convention or conference, negotiate a contract, settle an estate, or consult with business associates. The second type is the tourist or B2 visa. This include vacation or holiday, visit with friends or relatives, medical treatment, tourism, participation in social events hosted by fraternal, social, or service organizations, participation by amateurs in musical, sports, or similar events, or enrollment in a short-term recreational course of study not for credit toward a degree. First, we are going to discuss the reasons for your denial. There are laws in the US that require you to be eligible for a visa or ineligible for a visa. The prominent laws in place are Section 214B of the Immigration and Nationality Act. So what does this provision means? Section 214B states that every alien is presumed to be an immigrant. So the consular officers abroad have this thinking that when you apply for a visa, for example, a tourist visa, they are thinking that you will stay in the US permanently. So you need to overcome that presumption that you are entitled to the non-immigrant status. So the tourist visa is a type of non-immigrant visa. Please take note that travel purposes not permitted on visitor visas are as follows. If you're going there for study, for employment, for paid performances, or any professional performance before a paying audience, or arrival as a crew member on a ship or aircraft, work as a foreign press, or permanent residence in the United States. You cannot do this on a tourist visa. While majority of the US tourist visa applications are approved, the US sets a standard by which you may be denied a US tourist visa. So what are these US standards? So please be aware that consular officers must observe these standards when interviewing applicants for tourist visas. Now, what are the three main reasons why you are being denied a visa? First, the consular officer does not have all the relevant information to determine if you are eligible for a visa. The second main reason is that you are not qualified to receive a US tourist visa. The third reason is that the information reviewed indicates that the applicant falls within the scope of one of the grounds for ineligibility or inadmissibility under the law. So there are certain classes of aliens that are specifically ineligible to travel in the US. So if you fall in one of those ineligibilities, then you will be denied a visa. If you are denied a visa, in most cases, the U.S. consular officer will provide you the section of law which applies to your situation. So make sure to review the reason for your denial or ineligibility, because there are three main reasons why you are denied a visa. Here are the visa ineligibilities under the Immigration and Nationality Act. So that means that in any of these situations, you will be denied a visa. The most common is that you did not provide enough information to be eligible for a tourist visa, and this is the most common reason for the denial, and this is provided under Section 221G of the Immigration and Nationality Act. The second most common visa ineligibility is that you did not qualify for the visa, or you were not able to overcome the presumption of being an intending immigrant to the U.S. So this provision is under the Section 214B of the Immigration and Nationality Act. There are other examples of visa ineligibility. One example is being convicted of a crime involving moral turpitude. Another is being convicted of a drug violation. Another example is that you did not provide an adequate affidavit of support when one was required. Therefore, you are denied under the public charge rule. Also, if you misrepresented a material fact or committed fraud to attempt to get a visa. Some are denied a visa because they submitted incomplete documents or incomplete information in the application. For example, if you failed to submit a missing document, what is your remedy? Your remedy is to submit the missing document. So this is the solution. And then the other ground for visa denial is that you needed to overcome that presumption of being an immigrant. So you need to know what is the reason for the denial of your visa. Here are the common denial reasons. First, insufficient financial resources. Second, submission of fraudulent paperwork. Also, if you have a pending or denied immigration petition and you failed to disclose this when you applied for a tourist visa. Also, if you are changing status of visa after arrival in the U.S. or suspicion of change of status. Also staying in the U.S. for extended period of time. So Section 214B, visa qualifications and immigration intent, you needed to overcome the presumption that you are an intending immigrant. How can you overcome the presumption of an intending immigrant? So there are specific questions regarding your ties to the Philippines, such as your family ties, your social and economic ties in the Philippines. So what does it mean? Ties are the various aspects of your life that bind you to your home country. Examples of ties to your home country are your job, your family and friends, and your relationship with your family and friends or your community. While conducting interviews, U.S. consular officers will review your application individually and your personal circumstance, your home ties, your financial capacity to travel in the U.S., and your travel plans in the U.S. So make sure that you cover all these basic requirements to overcome the presumption of being an intending immigrant in the U.S. Make sure that you have strong ties to your country before applying for a visa. There may be additional documentation that may be required to establish if you are qualified. You must also provide evidence of the purpose of your trip. Also, evidence of your intent to depart the U.S. after your trip and or your ability to pay all costs of the trip. Evidence of your employment or family ties may be sufficient to show the purpose of your trip and your intent to return to your home country. If you cannot cover all the costs for your trip, you may show evidence that another person will cover some or all costs for your trip. How about affidavit of support? Visa applicants must qualify on the basis of the applicant's residence and ties abroad rather than assurances from U.S. family and friends. A letter of invitation or affidavit of support is not needed to apply for a visitor visa. If you choose to bring these documents, please remember it is not one of the factors used in determining whether to issue or deny the visa. If you were successfully issued a tourist visa, can you please share in the comments section below? If you have any other questions and comments, please post them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Again, thank you guys for supporting my channel, and if you haven't liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. I always welcome new subscribers. Thank you guys for watching. I hope everyone is staying safe and have a great day.